So this is St. George's Cathedral on King Street. So the argument was, in fact, that since China was involved in market manipulation, this building, of course, is the Guyana Securities Council. This is Guyana Stock Market, the GSC, the new Guyana Stock Market, here at the corner of King Street and North Road. All right, King Street and North Road. It's the Guyana Securities Council. So the US government, in responding to China, decided that they were going to perform what they call quantitative easing. Quantitative easing means making US dollars available to US companies. Basically, it's just like the government investing in the stock market. Basically, the government is buying US securities. But how are they doing it? They do it by releasing money on the bond market. So basically, US companies get money they borrow money from the bond market, right? They borrow money from the bond market to expand, to do research and development and so on. And when the US government buys US bonds, what they're essentially doing is pumping money into the US stock market, because companies that trade on the stock market get their money, the money they use to expand and to grow and develop, they borrow that money from the bond market. So when the US government is putting money into the bond market, they are essentially putting money into the stock market by basically propping up the companies on the stock market. So this is what has happened in the US since 2008. The US government has systematically been pumping money into the stock market through the bond market. In other words, providing low interest loans to US companies from the bond market. And that's what they call quantitative easing. And the reason why the stock market has risen continuously is because US companies had cheap money to grow and expand. Ahead of us, that's the central bank, Bank of Guyana Central Bank. So that is how the US has been defending the US economy, the stock market, and the US dollar. The question is, how does Guyana, and when and why doesn't Guyana defend the Guyana dollar? But this is the institution that would be responsible for doing that. This is the Bank of Guyana, the central bank. Now the central bank is responsible for